Imagine living in fear of those who are supposed to protect you. This is the story of Spilled Milk, the true-life memoir of K.L. Randis, Brooke Nolan. In the book, a young girl who endured unimaginable trauma but found the courage to fight back and reclaim her life. This video dives deep into her story, her struggles, resilience, and ultimate triumph over the darkness that overshadowed her early years. Brooke Nolan's life was one of contradictions. To the outside world, her family seemed typical, maybe even enviable. But behind closed doors, her father wielded a devastating control, shrouded in manipulation and abuse. His outward charm masked a darker reality, one where Brooke bore the brunt of his wrath, while her family turned a blind eye. Her mother, though not directly abusive, chose complicity over confrontation, leaving Brooke isolated in an environment of denial and silence. Her siblings, either too young or too afraid, added to the oppressive atmosphere, making Brooke feel like an invisible prisoner in her own home. Despite this, Brooke found a glimmer of hope in her studies. School was her sanctuary, and education became her escape. She poured herself into her work, her grades soaring even as her emotional world crumbled. Kind gestures from teachers and classmates, though seemingly small, planted seeds of courage within her. For the first time, she began to imagine a life beyond the darkness that consumed her home. One day, a concerned teacher noticed something in Brooke's demeanor, a quiet signal that not all was right. This moment of recognition was a turning point. Social workers and counselors stepped in, and for the first time, Brooke felt the possibility of freedom. Yet, speaking out was no small feat. The fear of her family's reaction and the stigma of exposing such a secret weighed heavily on her. But the need to escape outweighed her fears, and she made the life-altering decision to report her father. The legal battle that followed was grueling. In court, Brooke was forced to relive her trauma in vivid detail, facing not only her abuser but also a defense determined to discredit her. Family members, entrenched in denial, refused to support her, further deepening her sense of betrayal. Yet Brooke stood firm, drawing strength from the knowledge that her courage could save others. Her testimony was both painful and empowering, a raw display of resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. In the end, justice was served. Her father was held accountable, and Brooke's victory marked the beginning of a new chapter. The verdict validated her experience and shattered the toxic hold her father had over her life. It was a monumental step toward healing, not just for Brooke but for anyone who had ever felt silenced. After the trial, Brooke's journey was far from over. Therapy became an integral part of her recovery, allowing her to confront and process the trauma she had endured. Slowly, she began to rebuild her life, forging stronger relationships with those who supported her and learning to trust again. Her experience inspired her to advocate for other survivors, and she poured her story into the pages of Spilled Milk. The book's title captured the essence of her journey, how a seemingly small act of courage, spilling the truth, could create ripples of change. Brooke's story is a testament to the power of resilience. Though her scars remain, they do not define her. Instead, she has transformed her pain into a source of strength, becoming a beacon of hope for others. Her journey reminds us all that even in the darkest of circumstances, there is light, and even in the face of silence, there is power in speaking out. Brooke's journey in Spilled Milk is both heartbreaking and inspiring. It sheds light on the realities of abuse, the courage required to seek justice, and the healing power of speaking out. Her story is a call to action, reminding viewers that silence protects the abuser, while truth empowers the survivor.